What is Via Ferrata?
A climbing.
Welcome back to Troyer's Travels, and today we're checking out Via Ferrata. As you can see on the poster behind me, this is an alpine park, and it has several different levels of climbing experience that you can go through. Of course, green is the most basic, followed by blue, red, and black. Black being the expert course, and that's definitely only for experienced climbers. The map behind me shows the courses and the walkways as well. If you choose not to go through a portion climbing, you can walk around to the next one. There was a really cool bridge, we'll show you that later in the video, and that's what we were headed for during the course of this adventure. And by far the most important thing about this climb is making sure that you have the proper safety equipment. Notice that for this climb, you're going to need a helmet, of course, along with a harness and then a special double clip so that you can clip in and clip out at each of the wires or cables. If you're not an expert, then definitely make sure that you take care of getting the right equipment so you don't get injured. We haven't been on a course this big yet, but we have been through smaller courses. And so we rented our equipment and got some final instructions before we set off on our journey. You can see that poster is over there near our vehicle, and there are signs clearly marked Via Ferrata. You follow those up the mountain and you'll find the base of the course. Naturally, there are more instructions there listed in several languages for you to review before you take off on your adventure. Make sure that you take heed of all the warnings, and of course, just like most everything else, it says that you do this of your own free will and at your own risk. There's a blue box there that you can put donations in if you would like to help continue to keep this course going. After a walk up a little hill and around a few switchbacks, we finally found the first course we wanted to try out. This was rated red, but we figured we've done this before, so we'll give it a shot. Someone arrived at this location just about the same time as us, so we told him to go ahead because we had the two kids and didn't want to slow him down. And of course, we took every opportunity to review safety with our kiddos, and sometimes they even reminded us. Only one, right? And 3 points of contact at all times. Of course, on our trip, we led with an adult, and then the last person was an adult at all times as well. This way, if they ever needed a hand, we were right there to give it to them. Our kiddos have always been good at climbing, and they enjoyed the other courses we did that were similar to this. So this was just an amazing step up for them. They were able to reach all the pegs, and even in the places where you were only relying on the rocks, they did great there as well. The course went straight up, and then it went to the left, and then went up again. And at the top of this course, there was a little monument or chapel type thing.
So Via Ferrata, checking it out. Came across this structure right here. And that's amazing. What do you think?
I like it.
As you look down into the city, you can see the Duomo or the church. You can see some of the places for parking, and you can look across at some beautiful scenery as well. Although we obviously couldn't risk getting to the edge, Rebecca decided she'd have a little bit of fun and work on her handstands right here at this monument. As we started back on our journey, we hit a green course, so we decided we'd take that one, clip in and head up and around the corner. They have this for protection, safety wire, and there aren't too many places on this path that were super skinny, super narrow, anything like that, but there were a few that were skinnier than a regular path. My son liked this little rock here, thought it was great for a bench, although the edge was right near that bench, so we decided not to try that out. As you walk through the paths, you can see that they have plenty of signs. That red dot on there means that you're on your way to a red path, so don't go that way if you don't want to. Following rock signs and of course little maps there. That way you don't get lost and you can find the path that you want to go on. It only took us 2 or 3 paths, and 2 or 3 courses to find the bridge that we were looking for.
We're at Via Ferrata. Here's the bridge.
This was a really cool bridge, single wire, supported by others. They have a bunch of safety instructions and of course tell you don't have more than 2 people on the bridge at any time. David had a lot of fun with this and decided he wanted to be the first one across the bridge. He came back so we could decide what we wanted to do next. Then we met some more really nice people on this trail and it looked like they had quite a bit of experience with this or similar courses because they scaled the mountain like it was nothing. We decided that since we were there, we were going to go ahead and cross this bridge, and then instead of taking the way up where there were already people going, we were going to take the way down and then double back to find the way back to our vehicle. Just watch the Lord of the Rings. Again, reminds me of some of the scenery from that movie. Beautiful green Shire and the Atlantic Mountains. As I crossed the bridge, I took just a minute to get a shot of this for you because it's quite an impressive feat if you think about the fact that you're literally scaling straight down. You got some metal things to hang on to and a little bit of rock, but it was a lot of fun. Going across this bridge and then going down this red course, which leads back to a little path, was probably the highlight of my visit. My family liked this as well. Of course, we didn't mind getting back to the green courses after that.
So we're at Via Ferrata. You guys like it so far? Are you glad you got to go up and down some reds?
Then when we were almost finished, it was time to stop for a snack. We had wag bars, we had beef jerky, we had plenty of water, and of course, some Mountain Dew.
So here's a look at the black course. Black dot there indicates it's black, and then look, there are no footholds except for, okay, right there by that ladder. I'm going up a little farther there at least, but that's what the black courses look like. We're not going to go on that today, just so you can see.
Of course, our children wanted to go on the black course, but of course we had to remind them that none of us are quite ready for that yet. We did find a couple of cairns along the way, so keep your eye out for those.
Alright, we're heading down Via Ferrata. Just had some fun. Came up this way actually. Stopped at the chapel, or the monument, and went on up to the bridge and came back. One last look at that view. Thanks again for watching. Please check out my books at www.amazon.com/author/David H. Check us out on all of our other social media websites. Check us out at K-Box Style on Instagram. Have a great day. We hope to see you in our travels. Via Ferrata in Italy. Okay, tell me what this is. One last time.
This is my little fishing boat. I just got some fish.
That's your fishing boat, and what's this big one I'm on? I'm walking across.
My bigger boat.
Daddy with a camera out on a place where it could fall into the great abyss, yeah. It might shatter this time. The entire thing, not just the screen.